in all. We are just leaving Berridale. We're having a spring fair today. We're heading north for a short period of time up to our first church, which is St. Mary the Virgin at Dalgety. I can't actually pronounce it. So we'll see you there.
I believe it's pronounced Dalgety. On day 2, we plan to follow the purple route back towards Canberra, winding our way through Beloka, Dalgety and Baird's crossing at Ironmungy, before continuing on to Nimmitabel and cutting across Tinderry for the final stretch into the ACT. The overnight temperature dipped a little below zero, but we are in for a pleasant, warm day ahead, around 25 degrees.
There's the church up on the hill.
Our first stop of the day is at the Church of St. Mary the Virgin. Construction began in 1849 but progressed very slowly, coming to a halt in 1855 following the death of its benefactor, Richard Brooks. Work resumed in the late 1850s when a trio of masons took up the task once more. This final stage of construction was funded by public subscription, with contributions coming from people of all denominations. By 1860 the church was ready for services, though it was not fully completed until 1862. It was consecrated in 1867 by Bishop Thomas of Goulburn.
Just exploring this little track. The map sort of shows that it goes through, but thought we'd just have a little explore. It might go to a gate. So it's a travelling stock route and it says no motorbikes. So we'll just go back the way we come. Yeah. Well, now we know where that goes. No motorbikes. It's a travelling stock route. Oops, missed my turn off. I want to go back down here. Alright, we're back into Dalgety. As I was saying earlier, there's a spring show on today. And these are some of the historic, well you could call them historic, tractors using the hydro scheme. Was used to build the scheme.
On our way out of Berridale, we stopped at the former churches of St. Peter's and St. Stephen's. The stone building was St. Peter's and was the first church erected in Berridale. It was built circa 1889. The wooden building in the rear was St. Stephen's. It was built for workers on the Snowy scheme. Queen Elizabeth had morning tea at it on 10th of March 1963.
Well, we've just left Berridale. We're heading down Rockwell Road. Heading towards Dalgety. Back to beautiful dirt. Back through more granite country and opens up to beautiful vistas like this. I wonder what the history of that little old homestead is. When was it built? Who lived there? When did they leave it? This is sensational. Far off into the distance. I hazard a guess that at times it gets snow through here, and during the summer it would be very hot and dry. Holy Jesus, we're near Dalgety already. You can see the church. That was quicker than expected. There's a church there through the trees. And this is the causeway coming up. See the church on the hill there. I guess Jason finds out if it's slippery or not. Looks all right. That's not that bad. Deep. Slightly slippery. Alright, we're coming into Dalgety. You can see the church that we're headed to, just up there on the hill. Elevation 760 metres. Some nice old little homesteads out here. Our next church, Our Lady Star of the Sea Catholic Church.
Built from locally quarried granite, Our Lady Star of the Sea was opened in 1878. The distinctive castellated extension designed by G.D. Cochrane was added in 1920.
Alright, it's time to leave Dalgety and head down to Beloka or Beloka. The old pub. And we're going to cross the Snowy River. I'll let this dude come across first. Out of the way.
Our next stop was at St James Church in Beloka. Designed by Canon Alberto Diaz Juarez, the church was opened on St James Day, 25th of July 1873.
Now we're going to head off to Ironmungy crossing, or Baird crossing Ironmungy.
I got it. I got it. Yeah. Alright, this looks like an interesting crossing. What are your thoughts?
I don't know what it's like there. I stopped at the start because I was like, I don't want to have to try and turn around in the middle.
Ah, we've got this island to turn around.
Well, let's go to the next spot. I'm probably not that much over the actual water. Like, I don't think it's probably worse than here. It just looks the same.
Yeah.
Let's go have a look.
Just that little bit in the centre that has me a bit worried. Yeah, I just can't see far enough to give a proper assessment about whether it's rideable or not. About a little bit further. The water's very strong though.
My boots leak a bit, so I didn't commit to walking in the water.
Yeah, okay. The problem is, it goes to concrete, then it goes to broken rock, then it goes to concrete, then it goes to broken rock.
As in broken concrete, or
No, as in boulders and that.
as in stuff that's hard to dodge?
Oh yeah, you've got to ride through it.
Well, you can kind of see where the water's changing around them.
The current's strong as well.
But it's not that deep, right?
Well, that was up to here.
Yeah, and that
Before
was
I
also
got to
pushing
the
up your leg from hitting your leg.
No, that's before I got into the... No, look. It's at height. That's before I actually get into the rocky area, which is deeper.
I'm not worried about the depth. It's more whether the surface is usable.
Yeah, that's... I don't have enough experience to go, yeah, I'd ride that.
Yeah, same. My brother's a bit more experienced with that, same as some of the other guys.
Yeah, without you going out and looking at it, we might have to head back and go around. Yeah, walk on the rocks along the edge. That looks smooth through here.
What were your thoughts of what you found?
Well, that part looks smooth. It just
On the
looks
left or the right?
on the left.
But it is the deepest spot, right?
Sorry?
It's the deepest spot.
Yeah. We've decided to turn around. We're just not sure about how safe it is on that last little crossing. I'm just not, I just don't have enough experience to say, yes, let's do it. good. That'll be it for another day. Might have more confidence while water's a bit lower. What's that do?
The trip is 41 kilometers. Time is 1 minute. You have reached your intermediate destination, Limestone Drive, Jerrabombera. You are passing GPX waypoint Star of the Sea.
Yeah, we want to get back onto Ironmungy.
Yep, so if we go backwards, then up Snowy River Way, then on the right, Ironmunger's on the right.
As I edit this video, I find myself reflecting on the decision to turn around at Baird's crossing and take the long way around. I can almost hear some of you yelling at the screen telling me to quit procrastinating and just send it. But in my defence, I only passed my learners in November 23 and attained my full licence in March this year. I don't yet have much experience with river crossings, and I wasn't about to make the decision that could risk someone's bike or worse, someone's life. I hope to return another time and complete the crossing properly. If you enjoyed this episode, please leave a comment, give it a like, and subscribe to follow along for more of my adventures. See you next time. Until then, keep the rubber side down.